Hey y'all. So this video today is going to tell you why I am no longer going to be referring to myself as your college admissions coach. And instead, I'm going to refer to myself as just a girl from the projects, and I would like for you to do the same. So let's get into it. So first, I want to start by saying thank you to everybody who has supported me through my many changes. I'm always looking to improve myself. I am always looking to get better, and so I change whenever it feels right to change. And leaving your college admissions coach and going to just a girl from the projects, it just felt divine. Like, it felt, you know how people say they hear God talk to them. And I'm not a very religious person. I do believe in God, but it just felt like that's what I needed to do. So here's why I did it. All right, so we're gonna start from the beginning. I wrote my book, The College Cheat Sheet, a guide to college enrollment for high school students. You can find it on Amazon. I wrote that book because of the work that I do every day. I see students who are brilliant, but they don't have the resources, the guidance that they need in order to transition from high school to community college or from high school to university. So I wrote that book especially for students who grew up the way that I did, who currently live in the projects, anywhere in America, who currently are considered impoverished, considered poor. Their family may rely on government assistance to get by, no matter the color. I wrote that book for all students. And if you have seen my book, then you see the cover photo. It is a diverse group of students, because I have learned that Black kids aren't the only poor kids. And I know that's crazy to say, because it's like, what? But you got to understand where I come from, where I grew up. On my side of town in Thomasville, Georgia, it was all Black and we were all poor. And so as I've grown professionally, personally, and traveled, I've seen that there are poor white kids, there are poor Hispanic kids, poor Black kids, there are poor Native American kids. Like, it's just crazy. And so I wrote that book for them. And in the book, if you've purchased the book, it's not humongous. People think that there's a I don't know what people think, but it's very, if you know what to look for and what to do, getting to college can be easy. And there are not a lot of, I don't have to go into a lot of detail to tell you how to do that. So then I also wrote that book with students in mind who may not enjoy reading. A lot of these schools don't even have physical books anymore. So I wanted something that students would look at and be like, oh, I can read that, you know. So I wrote that book, and then I published it, and I wanted to also have a social media presence. So as I'm starting out, and students will learn this and parents learn this, I just, I started out with a plan. I just had a plan. I wrote about getting into college. So my name on social media will be Your College Admissions Coach, because guess what? That's what I also do professionally. Professionally, my title does not include coach in it. My title is coordinator. I'm a dual enrollment coordinator, but I'm also an admissions person. So I help traditional students, and I help high school students. I help any student, right? So, and that's my son in the background. So I thought that Your College Admissions Coach was great, a great name, a great brand, and it is, but it was very limiting. And I realized that I was not attracting the students, the families that I wanted to. I realized that my brand, your college admissions coach, it was attracting people who knew what a college admissions coach might be, and they already had the resources, probably, people who just maybe have a little bit of money, their parents went to college, and I will help them students too. I help those students all the time. But my intention was really to help poor kids, poor black kids, poor any kind of kids who just grew up like I did, and just have a desire to make it out and to go see the world and to not be limited by their circumstances. And that makes me a little bit emotional. So I think that me talking about who I want to help makes me emotional, just because I just remember growing up in the projects that I did and always dreaming of better, always hoping for better. And that is what still drives me till this day. Everything I do, it is based on how I was brought up. And I am proud of my background. However, I don't want to go back to that. Now, my projects, it's probably not the same as the projects in New York, or the same as the projects in Chicago, or the projects in LA. Probably not as bad as that, but I don't know how bad those is, because I've never been to those, but it was bad enough that I know that I didn't want to go back there. But I also know that there are students there, there are families there who just need a break. They need somebody who really wants to help them and help them reach the next level with no strings attached. And so everything that I do it for those people, for those kids, for those families, and I do it with no strings attached. So back to leaving your college admissions coach and going to just a girl from the projects, because I really am. And it's so simple. Like, whenever I go into classrooms and I'm connecting with the students and I let them know, what you see, that's me, but there's more to me than this business suit and this educational information that I'm bringing you. At the core of me, I am a girl who grew up in the West Side Projects of Thomasville, Georgia, but I just so happened to beat the odds and make it out. And there are a lot of factors that were involved in my success. My family, God, my teachers, even my neighbors, my community. All those were factors. And then just me being driven. So let me tell you some of the things that I've done. I have attended and graduated from Florida State University for my bachelor's degree. I have my master's degree. I have written a book. I have even modeled. I'm a military veteran. I'm also a domestic abuse survivor. I don't talk about that often, and I feel like that's very important to talk about, especially for young girls who may not have parents in their lives. A lot of times you hear people talk about dads not being in their life, but if their mama wasn't in their life too, that can affect how they love and who they choose to love. So anyways, I'm also a motivational speaker. I love talking to kids. I love talking to kids. And then I'm a wife. I'm a mom. And I think I am a visionary. Like, I have these hopes and dreams. And let me not forget, I am a doctoral candidate, soon to be graduating and become Dr. Griffin in the spring of next year. So prayers up. But yeah, and even with all that, I do everything with the mindset that I come from the projects and I'm going to figure out how to do it, and I do it. So yeah, your college admissions coach, I felt, was limiting me, limiting what I could talk about, because I want to talk about a lot of different things. And if you see your college admissions coach, you expect me to just talk about your college admissions. And to be quite honest with y'all, it was boring, because that's my job every day. The stuff I was sharing, I share that with students every day, and I love sharing that information. But this right here, what I do outside of work, I don't want it to feel like a job. I want to connect. I want to talk about stuff that matters to y'all, that matters to me. I think stuff that I think y'all should know about. So, like, I want to talk about investing in the stock market. I want to talk about relationships and my experiences being a poor girl at a humongous university with a whole bunch of rich kids. I want to talk about all of that, and your college admissions coach just limited me. Plus, with these YouTube videos, I was telling my husband, I was like, look, I don't even look forward to making these videos. Like, I know this stuff, this is good content, but I'm not attracting the kids and the families that I want to attract. I want to talk about some stuff, some real stuff, you know? And I am not just your college admissions coach. I am so much more. Y'all heard me. I want to talk about the military because I'm a veteran. I want to talk about domestic abuse because I'm a survivor. I want to talk about getting into Florida State because I got into Florida State and I'm from the projects. I want to talk about my experiences at Florida State. I want to talk about my experiences growing up in the projects. I want to talk about my experiences being one of 2 or 3 black girls on a soccer, pretty much all white soccer team in high school. Shout out to my girls. Y'all know who y'all are. I want to talk about what it was like writing a book while I'm also working on my dissertation. I want to talk about opening up savings accounts for kids, and the benefits of learning how to budget. I want to talk about all that because I think it's important, just based on what I didn't know growing up. Everything that I know now, I just learned it along the way. My parents didn't know, so how could they teach me, you know? So anyways, that's where that change comes from. That's why I am now going to be referred to on social media as just a girl from the projects, because I am just a girl from the projects, and I want to talk to the kids who live in the projects. I don't care what projects you live in. I want to talk to the kids who live in the trailer park, because I've spent some time there too. I want to talk to the poor kids, the poor families, because they are the ones who don't have the resources, and people make you feel ashamed because you're poor. People give poor people a hard time, like even other poor people. And so that's where that change comes from, y'all. So y'all are going to receive a lot more content that is authentically me. All right. Your college admissions coach is professional me, and I just thought that is what I needed to do, just because of the book that I wrote. But I also wrote another book. I haven't published it yet, and that book is not even about education. It's about domestic abuse. And I had been thinking, how am I gonna put my other book out there if my name is Your College Admissions Coach? You know? Like, I'm gonna have to create another social media page that is separate from Your College Admissions Coach. And ain't nobody got time for that. We gonna do just a girl from the projects, because, hey, my experiences in that horrible relationship stems from my upbringing in the projects. And I feel like young girls need to know about that, especially when they're searching for love in all the wrong places, and when they get that one, and in my case, I thought I had hit the jackpot, but that's a story for another day. Let me know if you want to hear about that. But that book will be coming soon too. And another thing, I think about the pricing. My first book, I made it $9.99 because I thought, want too much, want too little. People could hopefully afford $10. But I also give that book away free because I feel like students, I have students who I work with whose families can pay for the advice I give, and that's great. I want to get paid too, but I also know that there are tons of students and families out there who can't afford to pay for the advice I can give, and so I want to give it for free. All right, y'all. So that's basically it, y'all. Your college admissions coach was a great idea to start out with, but it just was not completely me. I am a higher education admissions person. That's me professionally, but at the core of me, I'm just a girl from the projects, and I want to talk about everything because I'm trying to reach kids from the projects, kids in the trailer park, homeless kids, foster kids, just kids and families who don't have the resources, who don't have the connections, who don't have the money, who are relying on government assistance and being made fun of because of their circumstance. I've been there, so I'm talking to you, whoever you are. I've experienced it, and it's all good if you keep your focus, remain determined, remain driven, keep your vision. You can do it. You can make it. And I'll tell you how I did it, and hopefully that will help you. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so very much. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I will be bringing you more hot topics, interesting topics. I'm going to be talking about everything. I'll be talking about college, my experiences. Anywho, also make sure you follow me on social media. My Instagram is at just.a.girl.from.the.projects. But it's also in this video too, so you can find me that way. Thank y'all.